guys, thanks for tuning in to Coach's Corner. I'm your host, Brielle Jungblut, and today we're here with Coach Alexander. How are you today?
Doing fabulous.
It's his birthday. Well, it was his birthday, so happy birthday.
Thank you.
Okay, so you had such a young team this year. What was the most difficult part of working with them?
I guess that's it. You know, the most difficult part is our expectations and traditions in our program, they don't change. But, you know, the players did change, and we were really young. A lot of mistakes, you know, a lot of teaching. But, you know, there were some fun parts about it. I thought we had some really good freshmen. I thought they did a good job. You know, it's just that desire to continue to win and the passion to always be on top. You know, and I guess the reality sits in that, you know what, you got a young team, you know, do your best with them and get them ready, you know, for the future.
What's one thing that this team can take from this season going into the next season?
Well, I think the one thing that they can take is what we started our season with. We won 3 consecutive conference championships, 4 of the last 7. People don't want to see you win. When you're on top, the conference wants to take you down. So you're going to get everyone's best. And we started our season telling them that they're not going to understand why teams don't like them because they're all new. And they're not going to understand why people are storming the court when they beat us. You know, our first game of the season, we lose to Mount Olive, who turns out to be a really good team. But they stormed the court. And our guys didn't understand it, and we kept trying to tell them, you must understand. And I think they realize that now. I think they have that they understand that there are expectations, and also people in this league want to defeat us. They don't want to see us on top, so we get their very best. And I think we'll learn from that and grow from that.
Your team was in a battle for a spot at the PPC tournament. They won some tough games down the stretch to make it. Do you think these road wins will help the players heading into next year?
Yeah, I mean, I think down the road, you know, I think we won 2 of our last 3 road games. And, you know, so I think there's something to learn from those, and there's some positives to come out of that. So I'm very excited about the progress we made, you know, down the stretch. I'm very excited about that and what it will lead to for next year.
Is there one player that stood out for you over the course of the season? If so, who and why?
That stood out over the course of the season? I mean, I don't single out any player on this team. I couldn't even do it on last year's team, who, you know, was a Final Four team. I mean, together, I think we accomplished what we accomplished. We underachieved this year as a team, and so there's nothing and no individual that we would celebrate. We weren't happy with our outcome. So, you know, we have to, we're a winning program. And so we're not going to celebrate a mediocre season. And we're certainly not going to celebrate an individual in a mediocre season.
Yes, sir. You had some injuries to some key players. What will their return to this team mean for next season?
Keith Belfield not being on this team was damaging. I mean, he is a very, very solid player for us. His ability to do what he does at his size at 6'6", to get to the basket and to hit outside shots was missed greatly. We're looking forward to having him back.
Okay. A couple of your players made the top 10 list for a season at USC Aiken. You had Andre, who was 87% foul shooting, and it was the 3rd best in school history. And then Dominic Early was 8.3 rebounds in a game, which was the 8th best, excuse me. Do small things like this give you and your staff some building blocks?
Yeah, I mean, those things you build on. You know, you just got to encourage players to use this off season to win a championship. You know, off seasons for winning championships, and you think about that.
Right.
Last year we had no freshmen here, no players here for off season. So how could we, you know, win that championship?
Right.
We're going to win that championship this off season. We're going to have a great off season. We're going to build on those positives, and we're going to carry those in the next season and look forward to a great season, God willing.
Okay, the schedule's not finalized, but do you know of any non-conference games that you can tell us about?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to play in the Classic at Borden once again.
Right.
We'll start the season with Mount Olive, who is number 9 in the country and just made it to the finals of the regional, could be an Elite Eight team.
Right.
So we're going to start our season off with them, and so that's pretty exciting because right then we'll be able to sort of gauge where we are, and God willing, we'll be back to where we need to be. So that's one that we're really excited about. And then we'll have Payne at home. I think we got a classic we're going to be attending in Colorado, which I think is going to be a very, very good classic, which will include Metro, who was in the Elite Eight with us the past 2 years that we were there. So traditionally a very good program, as our program is.
So lots to look forward to. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So one more question. What can the fans expect from your team next year?
They're going to expect a lot more than what they did this year. We don't talk in advance about how good we think we're going to be. We do know that we have a tradition and expectations here in this program, and we will meet those traditions and expectations.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for your time,
Thank you.
and we already look forward to seeing you next season.
Thank you.
I'm your host, Brielle Jungblut, and thank you for tuning into Coach's Corner.